Probably Ian, I think, when he does the warm-ups.
Ian?
Yeah. Or well, Casey first, probably, and then Ian.
Casey first, and Ian?
Yeah. Yeah, so if you want to give one to me and one to Casey, and then I'll give mine to Shay. For Casey. Hopefully everybody signed a waiver. It's not my fault.
Oh, he's here. Oh. I told him this. Oh, you got lost. Yeah,
What's the actual machine?
It's on that other camera right now.
And then afterwards,
big
Thanks a lot for letting us use that area.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So this is for
police officers, firefighters. To learn just defense. Just like in jiu-jitsu.
I didn't have shit every time.
Good.
And
Need somewhere to charge.
Hey, make sure you're talking loud because I forgot the long cable for this, and this is our mic right here.
He won't have any problem with that.
No, you're usually
I'm not as loud as I used to be.
That's true.
Believe it or not. My voice gives out now.
Let me go get a couple of beers for the fridge.
Or the fact I'm not yelling all the time like I was in Iron Play.
So burger. What else? Are you?
Yes.
So you guys have had this before, right? Looks like small.
We've done tournaments over here before, but we haven't done it.
Okay.
Grab the board.
That's right. Just stay centered, you know, not get squirrely.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're not getting squirrely?
Well, I get squirrely. Just so we can stay on task since we have limited time. It's Casey there. Holding the fork down and shit. Two counts. You okay?
Huh?
You okay with it?
Oh, it's a microphone.
All right, let's do this. He's coming back and he's grabbing the board.
Look, you put up.
Alrighty, hey, thank you all for coming. I know as first responders, we don't get a lot of weekends off. I know we like to party and stuff, but the weekends that we do get off, you don't want to be inside training, right? That's kind of unfortunate. We should be training on our days off, whatever, okay? I know we have firefighters here, sheriff's office here, city police, Fort McCoy, we have some medics in here. So thank you all for coming. There's people I do not know, and I won't remember your name. That's just how I am. I'm Ken. I work for the sheriff's office. You're gonna hear people call me Foster, you're gonna hear people call me Casey. I go by all three, okay? So that's just who I am. I've been training here for about 3 years with blue belts. It's really changed my life and my confidence in what I do and how I move on the streets. I've trained with all of these guys right here. This is Billy, Shay, Fro, and Ian, right? These guys have all kicked my ass, right? Every day I come in here to beat them. They won't beat you guys up, but they're great at what they do. There's some local talent. So how we got this idea was I had talked to Alliance Jiu-Jitsu or some bullshit like that. And they wanted $2,500 just to fly them down here, put on a seminar or a class, whatever. They wanted to be at a hotel, money, the whole nine. I said, well, no, let's just recruit some local guys. So that's what we did. And these guys took time out of their days to come help out here, okay? So that's kind of a little brief about who they are. We're going to do some striking today, some jiu-jitsu, a little bit of judo, and it should make you more confident in your abilities, okay? These shirts were designed by my daughter. She is working at McDonald's right now, so she's not here. And Steve King actually paid for all of them. He owns supported Beavers. So he bought 54 shirts for us, paid for them all. He appreciates everything you guys do. They appreciate everything you guys do. So on a safety consideration, Frankie, right there, raise your hand. He has a fucked up haircut. He's gonna be, he's our medic. He's our medic if he's not shaving his legs, okay? So, if you get hurt in here, please let us know, and we'll take care of it. I swear, I'm sorry that I swear so much. I'm really trying not to, really trying to cross that bridge, okay? Then I'm gonna give the floor to these gentlemen right here, just let them introduce themselves. Billy, you wanna start?
Right, Billy, I've been training Jiu-Jitsu for about 13 years, 14 years. And I've been doing that along these guys. They've been my coaches for the most part of it. I'm brown belt in Judo, brown belt in Jiu-Jitsu. I've been doing Judo pretty much my entire life. Never committed to get a black belt. It is what it is. I'll be here helping. Any questions you have, please feel free and we'll go on.
Shane, you leave.
So, anyways,
We're not cut guys.
no,
We're all fighters.
I know it is. So anyways, been striking, they're doing stand-up probably about 18 years now, something like that, I'm getting old. Wrestled through high school, doing quite a bit of jiu-jitsu with John and Ian now. So yeah, that's about all I have to say.
My name is John. I'm a lifelong educator, but I also have been involved with grappling arts pretty much all my life. I started wrestling in first grade, wrestling in high school, college, finished high school wrestling. I've grown up with jiu-jitsu 15 years now that I'm doing that.
I'm Ian, one of the owners for Driftless. I've been doing martial arts since I was 6 years old. Karate, got my black belt in Taekwondo actually from the school back when I was 18. Picked up Jiu-Jitsu after football because I wanted something less dangerous, so I thought MMA made sense. And been doing that ever since. Got my black belt with John here about 2 years ago. So I want to thank everybody for coming, taking time out of your day. You know, like Casey said, it's not always easy. We all have lives more or less outside of everything else we do. But just hoping we can provide some information that you may or may not have caught before. We're not intending to say this is the way to do anything. This isn't in place of any other training. Just to let you guys know, hey, we're here. You know, we've got some striking stuff to hopefully make sense. We've got some grappling stuff that hopefully makes sense. You know, none of us, the four of us are law enforcement or frontline workers, but one thing we're good at is manipulating bodies. And so hopefully, if nothing else, you can pick up one or two things that might help keep you safe and make your job a little easier.
These all, I forgot to say, they've all either corner fighters or have fought somewhere locally, all right? So they're very good at what they do, okay? Just listen to what they say, it'll be fun. I guarantee you'll take something out of this. And the one thing you will take out of this, I guarantee, is that you need training, okay? Especially now, we just had an incident last week or 2 weeks ago, 2 cops and a firefighter getting killed, okay? Our paths, you know, we got different fields, but our paths cross. We've all been in ambulance, holding people down. Frankie and I watched someone's house burn, you know, like, so we're all in it together, okay? So.
For the record, you guys can start.
No, we didn't. The guy, and then he wanted his chickens on, right? Why do you have chickens in your house? So anyways, couple of things real quick. Locker rooms, when the door you came in, locker rooms to the right. There's 2 bathrooms around in the hallway. Over on the other side too, you can use it all. If we need more mat space, we've got 2 other mat spaces. So don't feel like you're constricted. And have waters up front, I'll bring them back. Yep. So, cool, we're gonna get started with. Alright, 4Z and.
Yeah. So we're gonna get started with some striking stuff, so Shane's gonna run us through it, but first, we're gonna make you some all the weird warm-ups that we do for jiu-jitsu. I don't know how many of you guys have kids, but I didn't realize until I had some how little time.
Hey, you're the gopher, girl.
On the ground. I mean, just a matter of like getting down on the ground and getting up. I watched like my dad try to do it with my kids, and it's a 45-minute process. Usually it's something story too, but so we're just gonna start with some basic movements on the ground. We'll start on this side, so if everybody can move to this end of the mat, right? We'll start on the red, we'll move across the mat. First one we're gonna do is one of the most basic motions on the ground, right? Trying to make space between somebody's called a shrimp. Okay, you also hear it called hip escape in other classes, right? We're just gonna start on our backs, head pointing towards that wall, chins up, right, hands at your neck. I'm gonna use the balls of my feet to move my butt backwards. Okay, my hips are up a little bit off the ground, my hands stay by my neck, my elbows trying to make contact with my knee at the end. I'm just turning my body into an L. Only thing on the ground, my feet, my shoulder, right? And my shoulders don't move right away. Only my butt does, right? Then I straighten back out and I go to the other side. Simple enough? All right, give me groups of 6. Work your way down. 1, 2, 3.
Better than I do in my class.
Once you get to the end here, just run around the outside, back to the start. When everybody gets back, we'll talk about the second one.
I know.
Keep your hands by your neck. Get onto your hip, connect your elbow to your knee.
Pretty good. I can tell you. That's what I saw. Good. How are you? Yeah. Every 2 weeks I get my hair cut by these guys.
Alright, so
Kevin and Bert.
just a little context. A lot of, I don't know if you guys run into this in your daily life, a lot of your instincts are just kill. Right? A lot of the things we want to do will get you in a bad position, especially when both people are untrained. Right? And some of these very basic things can help us to realize in the moment, oh, what I'm doing is not working, let's try something out. Right? A very basic thing of jiu-jitsu is not trying to fight strength for strength. Right? If me and Colton are trying to wrestle, and I'm pushing against him, and he's pushing against me, he's going to move. Right? Not because I'm not big and strong manly like him. Right? It's just mass. Okay? I want to take that out of the equation as much as possible. Right? So the whole point of jiu-jitsu here, if I'm on top of Casey, I'm holding him down. Okay? And again, I don't have like the hair he does, but if he wants to move me, okay, and he tries to push against me, he's got to lift all my body weight. Make sense? Not as much as it used to be, but it's still not where I want to be. Anyway, he's going to instead just hold me in place and move himself. He's got a lot more control. So that's the goal here, is doing this motion. All he's doing is moving his butt away a little bit to create space to start getting his legs in the way. Make sense? So we're going to do that exact same thing. We're just going to use one leg. While you're there. So, in a grappling situation, most people don't know to stay in side control unless they're trying to hold somebody down. Right? Instinct is almost always to try to get on top of somebody and start hitting. Make sense? To stop that, Casey's just going to simply keep his knee up. Just a simple impediment when somebody's freaking out can be enough to make them change their minds. Make sense? He's going to get that knee up, and as I'm moving around, that knee gets in the way. He can now use that knee as leverage to push me away, start getting his hands in the way, and potentially start getting up. Yes? So we're going to do that same motion we just did, but with one foot. So I'm just going to pick one foot up, use the other foot to move my butt away from that foot. So just stare at your toes. Come back to center, right? And the other foot. Cool? Questions? Down the mat, 1, 2, 3. One foot, because if you're outside the foot, that's so you're looking at your toes. Whatever foot you pick up, look at your toes. Yep, watch out if you're into that, that's cool.
You guys feel free to play if you want, comments. For them, missing on Wednesday.
Like, peak of the week, I'm just trying to get through.
Forever.
Oh,
Pick your foot up and then move your butt out. Pick your foot up, move your butt out. We do these every day in jiu-jitsu class. One of the things that it does to kind of let you know is moving around on the ground is weird. Okay? Everything is different. We use our legs for propulsion in almost every single sport. In jiu-jitsu, we use them for manipulation. Very rarely are we moving forward and backwards. Our legs move very well forward and backward, but if you notice the rotation is not usually instinctual. Cool? So last one we're going to do, we call it a pyramid. It's also called a sit-up wrestling. Kyler, can I borrow you? So for whatever reason, I end up underneath Kyler. He's on top of me. His weight's on me. This is called a sprawl. Okay, what he's doing, but I need to get out from under here. Cool? I'm just going to step up with my outside foot. I just get out, and then I move to his back. Right? I drop my microphone. Alright. We're going to do this moving down the mat. So what we're going to have you guys do is just start on this end. You don't have to do it with a person. Start on this end with your knees touching your elbows. Just going to rotate your body. Okay? I'm going to fold my leg. That hand that's up here is going to reach as far as I can as I kick the sky. Step on my other pinky. Sit out best. Cool?
You guys are gonna mess this up.
Yep, absolutely. That's half the fun. One of my favorite parts about being a coach is watching the first timers try out the motion. It's hilarious. That's why we have cool? So let's only do 5 lines this time, just so you guys have more space. Move down the mat. 1, 2, 3. Don't worry about going fast. Try to move down the mat. Hold that elbow back. Leg out. Make sure you're breathing. Tighten those come out. These are just warm up. Pull the leg back, take the sky, rotate the other way. If you get confused, just go back to that hold position with your knees touching your elbows on all fours.
There you go. Wednesday. I'm trying to get in. I think I made Thursday last week. Oh, right. Yeah. A month ago. Yeah.
I'm not wrong. My leg.
Alright, so any other stretches anybody feels like they need to do? Punch somebody in the face. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do that. So, come on, circle up, right? Most of the instructions are going to be up here in the front, right? We'll show the group, and then we'll split off into pairs, triples, whatever.
This is Shane, guys. I introduced him earlier. He's one of the striking guys. He's not a strike. I should probably do a little more striking. She's very knowledgeable. He's strong. So he's gonna watch some basic striking things. Okay. I know we learn a lot in DAT. We're not doing DAT stuff. We're doing fighting stuff. Okay.
Alright, so how many of us are left-handed here? Raise your hand if you could for me. Okay. So predominantly, we'll just go over a basic stance here real quick. If you're left-handed, your left foot is going to be back for the most part. Everybody else, shoulder width stance. So we want knees over feet, shoulders over our knees. So I don't want to get outside my legs here. That's where I lose a lot of strength and balance. Okay. So if I'm standing here, good athletic stance, right foot back. If we're right-handed, again, left foot back. If we're left-handed, good stance. I'm going to slouch my shoulders almost like I have bad posture. This is called a fighting position. I'm going to bring my hands up. Okay, my right hand here is by my temple. Left hand is by my other side here on my left side. Okay. All right. So, all we're gonna do, get a little space here, we're just gonna start moving around. If I'm moving to my left, I'm gonna push off to my right foot. If I'm moving forward, I'm gonna push forward. Again, pushing onto that back foot, moving back, I push off my foot. Okay? What happens a lot of times is we try to step because we walk. Okay? So I'm gonna move. I want a lot of lateral movement. So just move around here, get some space. Hands up, elbows tight. Go ahead. And if you got get a little space, don't need to arm movement. Just feel your feet on you. And go. Don't cross your feet. I don't want to do your I'm trying to keep that dominant foot back. Alright, so now we're on hard. And so with our partner, we don't have a lot of space here, so we're just gonna move back and forth. I'm gonna react off to his movement, right? So I'm gonna be aggressive, for instance. If he's pressing in, right, I want to step off the line. Okay? We're just basically dancing with each other, moving around. If I'm aggressive on him, I push in, he fades back. Alright? So again, be cognizant of where you're at. Grab the friend. Let's hit it. We're not popping. Let's slide. Grab the pole. Grab the pole. Try not to let your hands get square. Feet square.
Yeah, you're opposite, you're always Yep.
Yeah, you work out from this.
Alright, so real quick, we don't want to get too fun with these here, but basic punches, okay? So if I'm making a fist, I'm basically bringing my thumb across my front two knuckles here, alright? When I throw a punch, I want my wrist nice and straight so everything becomes connected, alright? So again, we go back to that good fighting position. We're just gonna do some shadow boxing here. It feels kind of weird because we're just punching the air essentially. We're just gonna do straight punches. When I throw my jab over here on my left side, then I'm turning my shoulders, right? Almost like I'm pulling a bow out, right? So let's all simulate that real quick. Ready, jab, I'm bringing that hand back, alright? Now when I throw my two on my right side, same thing. This loads me up, okay? So we're just gonna throw a basic 1-2. Pressing off my back foot, again, that's my rudder. I throw my 1, I throw my 2. Okay? Again, 1, 2. Let's do about 20 of those on your own.
We're gonna rotate, don't lean. It's not the fight, you don't need to try to win, right? Gotta focus on doing it correctly.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Those people around you. Keep your hips under your shoulders, don't be leaning forward. Hey, I'm Jason, one of the owners, one of the strength coaches. Just wanted to give you guys a little something. Relax, loosen up. This is fun. We're just hanging out today, right? The power in your punch actually comes from the whipping motion. When you're all tight doing these stiff punches, it's not going to really transfer the way it should. So just loosen up your shoulders, loosen up your arms, relax. Bunch of buds hitting stuff together. It's fine. Go back to it, but just wanted to give you that little tidbit. Looks way better.
Yeah, the elbows nice and tight here. I don't want to flare my elbows up. That's right, my range. Alright, looks good. Okay. So we're gonna move on to some elbows and knees. Okay? So if I want to throw an elbow, I'm bringing my hand into my chest. Okay, so we're just gonna do horizontal elbows here. Right? So hand comes into my chest, using the tip of my elbow. I'm not selling out on this because I bring myself into that position. Right? Okay. So right here, just a little bit forward, a little bit hips, just slightly turn. Okay? Again, driving off that back foot as I move forward, my hands are up. Good fighting position at all times. I'm not doing this stuff, right? Here, right elbow, left elbow. So hand to the back.
I got a question for you. So an elbow, do you think it's an underrated
Absolutely, yeah, it's highly effective. People just throw it for too much power, right?
Why is it effective? Cut someone, it's hard.
It absolutely can. So it can not only cut somebody, but it's enough to give you an advantage, right? It's enough to basically defer what they're doing, stop what they're doing, use progressive work with
You can throw it for advantage.
absolutely. Yeah. And we'll do a couple good angles once we start doing some punch work. We'll get it out a little farther. But for now, just shadow box that, get the basic motions. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't handle the shots.
In the moment, I was like, oh yeah.
Alright, that was pretty good. Okay, so knees, we have a couple variations of knees here. We have short knees, we have long knees. Long knees, I'm extending my hip here. And range is everything. It's my best offense, best defense. This is my measuring stick, that leading hand. Okay, so here I'm in Ian's range, and I'm in my range. Okay, so when I'm throwing a long knee, I'm extending my hips and driving through. Alright, so again, up on the ball of my foot here, stepping in, I'm bringing this back foot width, extending my hips. Okay? That's your basic one. If we're in the clinch here, my knees aren't going to be as long, right? They can be short. Small little ones here, it doesn't take as long, right? So let's jump out to long knees here real quick. Again, small step of that leading foot, extending my hips. Come on. Hands to be nice and high here.
Think of it more like you're poking, guys, not up, right? Not trying to hit somebody in the nutsack. I'm trying to hit them in the solar plexus, not the wind out. And drive your hip forward, up and forward. Be far enough away they can't punch you in the face. First roll, don't die. Second roll, don't get punched in the face. Kind of like reach out and punch somebody. Not for real, like, not right now. You do that later. As you know, put the ball forward. Right? Sit your knee up, bring it back. Sit it up, bring it back. Be under control. I'm not throwing myself into somebody's grab. Right? If I'm fighting big guy here, I don't want to be here where he can crush me. Okay? I want to stay away.
Okay. Alright, so moving on, we're going to come back to these elbows and these. So I think 80% of people are roughly right-handed. Okay, so a good counter to this. Let's say Jason throws a big overhead, a big loopy overhead. I'm stepping in here, okay? So I can establish my clinch. Again, and we're going to partner up for this, stepping in. Now, for my clinch, I'm creating good frames here. I step in, boom. Okay, I'm driving my elbow into his sternum here, getting the crown of his head. Right? Inside position, controlling the arm. Okay, I always want this inside position for this, right? Because now I can dictate. I can move him, turn him, whatever the case is. Okay? So, again, he throws that big overhand. We're just going to step in. High guard here, right? Have a good solid base. Jamming that elbow right up into his sternum, okay? If my elbows are flared out here, he can come up the middle, he can pummel it. Yeah, there you go, good. Okay, if my elbows are tight, right? I have a full plumb clinch here. See how it's hard for him to get in? Okay, vice versa. Okay, the only way for me to really get in on this, I have to blade my shoulders, the defensive stand. Or he's bringing me down, okay? Or he can stand up, all right? So you guys can play with that. We're going to do this probably like 50%. Okay, so one part will go 10 times that big overhand. I step in, establish my clinch here. Okay, then we'll just play it on and move it.
When they move like that, it's gonna bend your wrist. Okay, so you got hang on, right? So I want you guys to get here, okay? So just remember, first set, smooth, for you to learn. I want you to get here, okay?
You're dancing.
You're dancing.
Again, one other point to this from a control standpoint. When I step in and I have a good frame, again, I just want to reiterate on the other top of it. I'm just drawing down here. That's a common thing. And a lot of the times you get those elbows are so just the elbows in on the top of the head, and that's really good. All right, I can dictate what I want. All right, go ahead.
Right side back. I got this whole
Yeah, that makes sense. Grab that.
Alright, guys, bring it in real quick. Listen up. Hey, hold on. So hey, I see this adrenaline going, okay, that's awesome. I like it, just be safe, okay? I forgot to mention this, we're gonna have an open mat after this, so if you guys wanna tear each other up, I don't care. But let's just be considerate of everybody else, right? I see a lot of nerves, people are uncomfortable, right? This sport, the things we do in here will make you uncomfortable, right? If you grab me, I'm comfortable. I have no problem dealing with anybody that grabs me, okay? Same with these guys, same with you guys in front. So let's just keep it under control. I don't want people flying into each other and getting hurt, right? We're having a learning environment. Again, this is always we have open mat, we can all kick the shit out of each other, okay? And that's where we do that, okay? You don't have to stay, but just be safe. All right, any questions on that? Thanks, guys.
Alright, so we were just gonna talk a little bit about why we picked this up, right? A lot of what we teach, a lot of the classes that we do, they're focused more on sport. They're focused more on Shane and I square up, right? We touch hands and then we go at it. Okay, but from applicability to your daily lives, whether it be protecting your kids or in your jobs, okay? Squaring up with somebody at average distance, okay, and throwing fisticuffs is not exactly the greatest optics. Okay? When we talk about doing our self-defense seminars and things like that, first thing we talk about is just managing distance. Okay? How close do you have to be for somebody to be able to grab you? Right? If I mean, I don't know, all you guys are frontline workers, you know better than I, but you know that there's like a weird feeling to the air when some shit's about to pop off, right? When somebody's gonna throw a punch, when somebody's gonna start yelling, when somebody's gonna rush at you, there's a tenseness to the atmosphere, right? So being aware of that, trusting your gut, all of those top of the funnel, as Robin likes to say, right? Top of the funnel things, situational awareness, takes care of so much, right? Hopefully you never get to the bottom of the funnel where you have to get the gut fight, right? Heaven forbid. We'll just keep it at the top, right? So just talking about distance, right? If I'm standing here with my hands in my pockets, talking to Shay, looking at the ground, right? That looks like a victim. Make sense? Standing with your head up, your back straight, being aware, your head on, your hands free. Okay? I don't know if it's something that is taught, and you guys, officers, correct me if you want. In Jiu-Jitsu, I was at a seminar. We had probably 150 people. We all stood there like this with our hands in our belts. I looked at the side, I was like, did anybody teach you to stand like? No, it's comfortable, right? I see a lot of officers when I'm driving down the road, they have their hands in their vest. Okay? Or whatever you're wearing.
It's cold out.
It's cold, I get that. But if somebody rushes you, your hands are trapped, right? Self-defense seminars, we talk a lot about if you're going out for a walk, you're going out for a run, you're walking across campus. With your head down and a hood on, your hands in your pockets, your hands in your hoodie, right? You look like somebody that it's easy to attack. Make sense? So just be aware of those things. Right? Secondly, once, okay, feelings get weird, something might happen. I want to be aware of it. Standing with your feet square. Very easy to push you off balance. Just a simple half step back creates 6 inches of distance, right? And gets you in a stance where if somebody rushes at you or something happens, you can adjust, right? You notice when he was talking about his fighting stance, I wasn't here, right? I wasn't cursing him, nothing like that. Cool? So we're gonna play a little game here real quick, and then we'll get back to beating the shit out of each other. All right, everybody grab a partner, stand about 6 inches apart, right? Down those. Alright? So, I want one person to raise your hand. One person each group, raise your hand. So, you are the poker. Very simply, I'm just going to try to poke him in the stomach. Alright? Other person, don't let him. You can't win. Colton. What? It's impossible to win. Just because you poke him, he's going to go hee hee, and you're going to have to do it again. So, I'm not trying to jab his sleeve. Right? I'm just trying to punch him in the stomach. He's either going to move, or he's going to use his hands to squat. Simple enough? Back. Well, same person. Go ahead. We'll do it for like 30 seconds. Same person. Same person. Oh, keep it. Yeah. You don't know the first thing you did though, right? Not trying to move. Right? Keep your feet where you are, right? And just try to touch. Just use your hands to try to move, try to stop it.
Yeah.
Oh. Alright, other purposes, we have to ready. Welcome to the half dozen done. Man, that's not so tough. Yeah. I was gonna say. I'll let Franco measure for you, man. Alright, so look at it real quick. One person, whoever was the first person to raise their hand. Again, not trying to win this, but I'm literally just gonna go 1 foot backwards, so toe to heel, 1 step backwards. Alright, try to do the same thing. No moving, just stand still, try to focus, stop trying to win. There should be about 1.5 foot between you now. 7, 6, 7, same thing, try to focus. Other person trying to stop. Yep, just poke him in the tummy. That's how you know if people have kids, they say tummy. I gotta go potty. Alright, we get the point? Right? 6 inches can be enough time and space for you to react. Right? When you guys were all trying to win, the first thing people were doing was this. right? Backing up. So when you start feeling something get weird, take a little space, right? Second thing, if Shay's gonna punch me in the face, not that he's ever wanted to do that, trust me, yep. All right? Am I better off with my hands here or up? Right? Tucking you in your vest, I get your hands are almost by your face, but they're still trapped. So just something as simple as having your hands in front of your chest, right? Optically, if I feel something's gonna get weird, I ball my fists, my shoulders come up and I tense, how does it look to everybody else? Does it escalate or de-escalate the situation? Right? Simple stuff like that can get you in position to not only defend yourself, right, but still look like I'm not trying to cause trouble, right? I'm just trying to understand your situation, whatever the case may be. Simple enough. Third thing, and then I'll let Shay get back to teaching how to break each other. Okay? You'll notice when Jason throws punch and Shay went into clinch, okay? He didn't use his fists. He led with his elbows. His hands were still by his head to protect himself. Right? Like you mentioned, 80% of the world or whatever is right-handed. Most people also have not spent much time boxing. Much larger portion of people have spent time playing ball sports. Right? When you watch two inept, untrained people in a fist fight, what does it look like? Right? Because they're used to this motion, not this motion. It's not necessarily natural. So knowing that Shay wants to punch me in the face, I think things are going weird, I'm in a good stance, right? I start looking for those tells, him playing with the pockets, him by his head, looking around, right? Picking at his clothes, whatever it is. I know something's gonna happen. My hands are already up. When that punch comes, I can move forward. Okay? His arm's a baseball bat. I don't want to be in the home run section. I want to be by the handle where it goes out of bounds. Make sense? Go.
Okay, so just working off this clinch, I want to do a couple variations. And again, we're not going to get too technical with this, but I want you guys to think about it a little bit here. So as I step in here, we'll start 50-50. So right here, why don't we all just grab a partner real quick and we'll kind of work this together real quick. Okay, so one partner is going to be on the top of the crowd right here, other hand, it's on top of the elbow. Right? I still have that good frame right in the sternum here. Now, one part of doing the drum, he's stepping in, getting a good gable grip here. Now, what's that? It's over here, right? Good gable grip. Okay, I'm giving Jason no space here, right? In fact, I'm really pressing on his chin with my shoulder. Now I'm taking my hands, I'm pivoting over the top. So I'm taking in this case, my left hand that has this underhook. I'm going over the top, using his head as a lever here. Okay? Going on top, right? So take my other hand out now. All right, now he's in a really uncomfortable position. So I'm putting a lot of pressure on his shoulder, forcing his head down. My knees are here, obviously, and I have elbows as well. When I'm doing these elbows, be really careful here, of course. Okay, when I push a head away, and this is my point about elbows being really big and powerful, his head naturally, watch out for this, is going to come back into my elbow. Okay, by pressing that away. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That's all I need. Just a small little elbow here, boom, knee, and then you're out of position. All right, so let's drill that. Start out 50-50 here. Again, we're just drilling. Okay, grabbing this top elbow, going for my underhook, ready to peel this out, stepping in. Gable grip, I'm pitching his head here, pivoting over the top, pressing his head away, just simulating these elbows. Okay, just to get that ingrained. All right,
20%. So 20.
If you mess it up, you're fine.
Turn and then you want to get this.
What does this hand do? Like this?
You're putting pressure on it.
Yep. Pushing this hand.
Yep.
So what's the transition? So I'm like this. If you can get see how we really want to
Yeah, there we go.
this is going to be way more control. Okay. You might want to be really insistent on passing on that arm. Oh, yeah. All right. Go for it. It's hard to do it slow. You know, if you do it like to get the form, yeah. He's okay.
I give you a lot of space here. You know, I can do
Tight on this one.
So yeah, so when you go in, so that get nice and tight, get that grip on the right hand. And then yeah, you get that grip. And I don't like oh shit, I don't know what I'm doing. And then all of a sudden you transition to this. It's different.
It is.
You and I want to do
It's great. Just grab it out of there.
oh yeah. Because then you can really spread me out. But if you put your foot behind me, you feel you're giving
Hopefully don't wait out.
He's way.
Then you're back on the head.
There you go. And he's even turning his hips more, so he's like pushing it out of the way instead of being like a hip turn.
Yeah, he's
I got to get real quick, right? Remember, my goal here is control, not damage. Okay? Unless you let, I don't know, Casey said that you guys don't like writing reports. And you gotta write a lot of reports. I have to believe that if somebody's in a bloody pulse on the ground versus cooperating, there's more pages of writing. Does that sound right? The other thing here, using your elbows. Am I right or am I wrong? Okay. The other thing about using your elbows, what do you write with? Your hands, not your elbows. Right? Hands are fragile. They're not wrapped up, they're not in boxing gloves. Okay? Punching looks really cool, keeps good distance. Very, very easy to break your hand, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Elbows, it's just a piece of bone, right? Might swell up a little bit, but you can still use your hands the next day. Cool? So again, like Shay was saying, I get my clinch. I'm under that elbow, I'm hanging on that arm as I post, right? Stretch the arm out. I can elbow, better off. After I elbow, go back to the head. Don't just stay pushing on the space, get back on the head. That's where your knee's gonna come in, that's where you're gonna control, that's when you can start taking somebody to the ground.
So there is a couple of different ways. Shay, when he does it for me, he uses the underhook arm, right?
Yeah, underhook arm. So that was what I thought.
Okay.
So there's a couple of things I see with this too. I'm putting a lot of pressure on Casey's head and shaking and be able to, right? So my left hand here on the underhook side, that's the one that's swimming over. I'm seeing people do this a lot, and that gives Casey space to get out. Okay? So by keeping his head potentially his chin in my shoulder here, now it's an easier transition. Alright? So another thing I'm seeing is people are getting far up here, you can just lay far out and get out. So I want to keep that space. I want to take that away, right here, transition over. And again, he's in a really uncomfortable spot and I have more control here. Right? He's big and strong, so it's gonna be a battle,
But either something is better than nothing, right? We're not trying to get into the weeds of it here, but something and having a little bit of knowledge is better than nothing. Any questions on that? Just kind of move on.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so next one. Let's go over a duck under and disarm drag. So again, from this position, right? I like you can pop this if you're strong, though it's pretty hard to get under that elbow. So I like to almost hook it a lot of the time with my other arm. Okay, so here we got that gable grip, but here, all I'm doing on the crown of the head, popping into that elbow, taking it back. Okay, so we kind of drill that, right? We'll start in that 50-50 position here. If you can, again, pop in here. Otherwise, we can grab, kind of C-cup it, go under the elbow. Again, I'm changing level. Pulling his head down as I do it, right? So I'm shoving him through. Then taking it back, cable grip. Let's drill that a few times.
One way I like to do it sometimes is I'll use that other arm as like a shove. I'll shove in that way. You know what I mean? If you can get that hand hook, it's fine, but sometimes if we're in here and battle, it's tight. Sometimes I can just slip that arm in there. Shove that way. If that makes sense.
And it's not gonna, again, it's not gonna be perfect, right? Especially if you're actually in a fight situation. As long as you get to the back, it's never gonna be perfect.
I think everyone looks like it's supposed to.
Everybody here has probably fought with someone along the way. It's nothing ever perfect, okay? So just try to get to the back, don't get hung up on the exact motion. Am I coming on the body? Good, you're good, alright? Just work on it and try to get to the back, okay? Any questions? 1, 2, 3.
20%. I'm not trying.
So back in the tie up, so back in the tie up, I'm here, kind of like weird. Underneath, I'm pulling here. Okay. You see your left arm to go around. So, it's like here. I'm changing my level. Okay, if they set up a place around here, probably.
Let's go.
So, just from a self-defense perspective, again, going back to some of the concepts, because you might not remember, like I said, you're not going to remember every single motion, but if you can just remember some of the basic things, hopefully that'll add to it, and if you want to train, then we can help you learn the actual motions. Okay, we talked about the distance, right? Placement, okay? As far as the safest places for me to be, where's the safest place for me to be in the fight? At home on my couch. Right? Second safest place. That's why I love two people like yours. Right? Second safest place for me to be. If these are his weapons, his legs and his arms and his head or his ass or whatever, right? I want them all pointed that way. For as many of them as humanly possible. Okay? Third safest place to be. Again, not at the end of the punch, I want to be as close as humanly possible. It's much harder to generate force, and I can start tying things up. It's kind of counterintuitive. Again, if I'm going to deal with the giant guy. Okay? Getting closer means that they have a harder time using their arms unless they know how to wrestle them. Okay? Cool?
So I would say this is not contrary to time in my, I haven't been in a lot of these situations, but the ones I have been, this has always kind of been my go-to. It's really fast, really effective, and so yeah, it's very effective. I love it. It's never perfect. It's what I do. Safe, and it gets them to the ground easily, and then we can get more officers there and we do it together. Who's that crazy fucker on Farnham Street? Which one? Garage.
Oh, you talking about it in the favors?
No, he locked us up in his garage, did a restraining order. Anyways, that's one of the sergeants and I got a huge fight with him. I did a duck under, and that's how I ended. So I duck under, slammed him up, decentralized, put him on the ground.
This is so everything we picked today, guys, that we're going through is something to hopefully de-escalate things or get you to a place of control, right? If you sense things are starting to pick up and something needs to be controlled, being first means you don't have to try to react to them. Getting a hold of somebody, yanking on their head, gets their attention. They go, all right, this is a little bit different, right? Everything we're doing here is trying to get you to a point where whatever path things are on, you get it off that path, right? And suddenly there's time to speak, there's time to de-escalate, to make space, whatever we need to do. Make sense? Okay, want to go to the next one?
Yeah, I want to go back.
Yeah. So, talking about the clinch. Again, the closer I am controlling his limbs, the better. Okay? For next one, what we're going to do. They went through the duck under. Okay? I'm going to go the other way. So if his hand's going up, I duck under. If his hand comes down, I just pass it across my body, grab it with the other hand, and step around. Okay? So from a drilling perspective, we're just going to stand in front of each other like boys, grab his wrist, make a step that way, put his hand in my pocket. Hand in my pocket, flip the shoulder, and I step back. Again, trying to get connected to him. I'm behind him. My head is buried. Right? Casey's trying to headbutt me. My hips are close, so he can't kick me in the nuts. Right? And I'm trying to get to the other side where I can tie up that arm. For those that carry tools on their belt, if you're right-handed, now you're protected. Make sense? So, with your partner, wrist, step that direction, pull myself around, flank the arm to the other side. Questions? Simple enough? 1, 2, 3.
It's a very bad process. It's literally a different You want to bring it across, not bring it in. We're not doing this over here. You got to step that way. You want to bring it across. I did you pause on that? Oh, yeah.
The proverbial
Alright, so next one we're going to go to is called Russian high. Okay, very similar to what some of you are very familiar with. Right? Anyway, a couple things I want to talk about this, and then we'll go through the Russian and then I'm done teaching because I'm learning from him anyway. Right? But the way we've discussed, we've done some LEO only workouts here, talked about some different options. Okay? The farther away his arm is from me, the weaker I am. Okay? Controlling the wrist. Think about it. What's the weakest part of my grip? Okay. What is the weakest direction that he can push right now? Up and away. The strongest part of my grip is facing the strongest part of his body, right? Or his vertebrae. Just by flipping your hand over. Okay? What's the weakest part of my grip? And if I'm on his arm, which way is it pointing? Towards him. So if he tries to pull his hand back, great, leave it. Okay? If it's out here and he pulls it away, boom, now I have to go try to get it in again. Second thing, grabbing the elbow, right? Why grab this when I can control it anyway? Okay? Do I want to control 2 joints or 3 joints? I've now got control of this elbow and I'm not touching it with my hands. Does that make sense? My goal is always to have, in jiu-jitsu at least, always to have more weapons than the other guy. So if I can take away one of his without putting another one of my weapons on it, awesome. Okay? So, John will explain why, but we'll get to this position. Yes? If it has to be here, great. As he starts to try to adjust, try to resist, try to whatever he's doing, I can pull it in, and if I have to put it on his body to really control it, and start working my way to the back of him. Okay? So, Mr. Pro, Mr. Colin, John Pro, the English teacher. So, this fight, man, don't sleep on him.
First thing, look, you guys, wrestling, sport, jiu-jitsu, playing out here, I want to invite people to put hands on me, which is the opposite of what you would do in the streets, obviously, right? However, if I'm just in sport, yeah, you'll get that contact, boom, that's what I know is going to happen. And sport wrestling, sport jiu-jitsu, I want to put my head right on Billy's nose and close that space, because if he doesn't react to me, he's going to have one nose, right? Or boom, right? He's going to put hands on me, boom, right there. That's what I'm looking for. I anticipate that in sport. Obviously, if somebody reaches and I'm in here, I can see that happening, right? Look at that. Yeah, good. That's what he's trying to hit. Right? So I know that's coming. The first thing I would do is grab it before it even touches my head. I'm being preemptive here. Top rushing that. Tricep, wrist, and I'll just throw it past me. I'm going to lay my hips away, and I'm going to do a quick top. Now on the back. Right? I always feel like this is better case scenario. Being preemptive versus hitting that collar tie, and now I got to deal with it with the ankle moving down. We're going to answer that question first, or second. Okay, so he's going to reach, wrist, elbow.
I'm scraping it across my chest and my hips open, I'm just gonna throw it back and back myself with the hand. Do that a few reps and then we're gonna get into the lock on. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I should feel
You want to grab it the other hand. You want to grab his wrist with the other hand. Grab the wrist with the other hand. Other hand. I shouldn't let Brandon do Russians on people, right? Feel sorry for the guy.
I got something to want. Here and here. That makes sense. Grab my arm.
Just to repeat, on that reach, it's that opposite hand, I'm anticipating the number, it's like a slap bracelet. At the same time, I'm gonna cover that elbow, and I'm pulling that in tight here. I like to use the metaphorical rubber band. So I'm not gonna go completely tight, I'm gonna pull it, and then release it, snap it back. That's why, if I do this, and I pull, I can turn the angle, right? And it's pretty quick. So I'm pulling back, pulling myself forward, pulling back, pulling myself forward. I have about 10, right? They're they're gonna fight me to pull back. It means it's slick. A little tension on that lower back. The same setup happens when they get a really good collar grip, right here. And if he's banging on the top of my head, this is just miserable. Now, it's just gonna wear me down. I'm gonna get tired. I don't want this. The moment this grip gets attached, I'm looking up and I'm rolling my shoulder. See that? One more time. He grabs. I'm rolling my shoulder, looking up. And just like before, slap bracelet, and at the elbow, I'm here. Same thing. I need to lay myself away, and I'm going to stop right here. Now I'm Russian zone, I'm Russian tie. Nice and tight. I like pulling my elbow through, so it pops up back, and I'm going to knee to knee, hip to hip. It is not strong in front. Punch in front of him. I want to say knee to knee, hip to hip. Right here. My weight goes into the shoulder. Knee to knee, hip to hip.
That's not a fun position to do. I'm sure it's pretty tight and okay. A lot of weight on the shoulder.
Yeah. One more time. Yeah, good collar tie. Notice the collar tie should be right down that sternum like you were doing with striking. And slap bracelet. What is slap bracelet? I'm going to roll the shoulder, build up, and pinch. That's going to loosen the grip. As I roll the shoulder, build up and pinch, slap bracelet comes out, and at the same time at the elbow. Then lay my body, pull it across, tight, knee to knee, hip to hip. So we're going to get there, and then we're going to get to the finish. Let's get there first. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a little.
Alright, well, you just hold it to
That's the thing, like a lot of this stuff from a sport perspective, right? All your guys' profession, you're gonna have to test the weight and decide do I need to hurt you? I'm not saying that I'm right? But you start getting pressure and weight, right? Just to get their attention. Then if they relax, someone will let them. Right? It's not all sitting there. That arm is yours now. Go off balance.
Little added spice to this. Again, rolling. I hope you guys realize that, right? So Billy's doing a good job. Yeah. If I'm here and he's got good control of my head, and I can't lift my head on it, remember all I have to do is look them in the beautiful front eyes, roll the shoulder, and it takes care of it, right? I'm using my body to negate it, right? Slap bracelet at the elbow, but I blade myself to here. One thing I want you to consider, and this is what I was telling a few people back there. I'm not just grabbing the bicep and putting my shoulder on. I'm grabbing the bicep, my fingertips are like little cat claws, and I'm digging in right here. I want my fingertips to grip, and then I'm going to ratchet it. I dig and pulling my elbow up. Feels like it already, right, Billy? Right? So I'm squeezing into a ratchet this foot. And that's going to roll that pressure onto the shoulder. Make sure this grip is tight. Nice and tight. And I'm not away. I want to keep everything tight to my body. I'm strong here, tight to my body. That's why I like the Russian so much. You can be strong and keep it tight versus out here. Yeah.
I got a question. So how would that prevent Billy from striking you with the other hand? That Russian tie, really close like that. Would that prevent him from striking you?
I
that Russian tie, yeah? Would it be harder for him to hit?
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to really pack power. And I wouldn't do this in the streets. All right? I mean, there's a bunch of dumb shit we can do there.
I was expecting that.
By default, I might do something like that just because we're wrestling and sort of jiu-jitsu. But in the street, that's probably not a great idea. Right? Because you don't want to be on the ground. You want to stay. Yeah.
So one of the things I've seen is that you guys aren't getting to this place, people want to turn the hand over and start pulling and hyperextend the elbow. Right? Like I said, there are a couple of groups, unless you want to explain why you broke their elbow, right? I just want to glue it to my body. Right? Like John said, everything's pulling. I'm hanging on that arm. I want to give him the option to relax. And if I immediately snap his arm, it's a fight now. Okay? So if I'm standing and trying to guide him when we're talking, whatever, talking down, I'm still behind him, so it's going to be harder for him to punch me, like John said. Right? I'd like to pull my head a little bit closer so again, headbutting if I feel like he's starting to get rigid, starting to resist me a little bit. Right? So if Billy starts trying to get his arm back, I can just pull that hand to me and start putting weight on it and give him the option. Start talking to use verbal commands, right? To get him to relax. If they relax, I want to start letting him relax. I'm not going to let him have his arm back. He touched me with his mind now. Right? But I can easily add or relieve, right, pain to give him the option to comply. Simple enough. One other question Colton asked about why not step in front or step behind, right? If you notice John said, that inside leg is very light. Okay, until I decide what I'm going to do with this guy, I don't want to say what I'm going to do. So once I step in front, it limits my options. Once I step behind, it limits my options. Okay? By staying on the side, I can decide what I want to do and go from there. Cool?
Cool. So this is what we are going to do. Right? So imagine I'm attached to this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get him down to the ground and prevent myself from also going to the ground. I'm going to get behind him. I'm going to put Willie's hand onto that. This way. That's it. So it's a little angle down. To help encourage him to get there. Okay. In. I'm going to be here. I'm going to set this to the ground as I'll step up, come up in front, and I'm going to kick above his knee, not down low, nice and high, like a mule. Bump. At the same time, I'm going to extend the fist to the mat. So I'm here, to here, to here. Hang on, get behind. And if you want to get here, you can't. This is a perfect place to establish control.
We're very serious people.
So one more time. At. You can knee at the hip. From here, rotate this way a little bit. I'm going to extend the hand out at the same time. I like hopping up a little bit close, bring the knee in, and then kick back. As I kick back, I'm extending the hand to the mat.
Who's wearing a cup?
Please, no, not keep each other in the corner. You're aiming for the side, just so not for the back.
Inside out.
I'd be more worried about my knee.
Billy knows more about this. Like that. So, you get this. Down here. You don't want to kick. It's more for sweep so you can plant your foot. So you go from here to that. Just a little ball. Little ball. Okay, so good.
Is your grip different than?
Yeah, I do have a different grip. Okay. Jumping to this. First one you have to prefer this. I like that one. There's a lot more pressure and I can drag him over. But as soon as you get here, there. And that allows you to transition to this and control. Okay? So let's first start with the
Slowly.
slowly.
I know you're gonna rip, if you do it fast, you're gonna rip someone's shoulder off, okay, slowly.
Please don't worry about tucking the hand behind the back.
I can
Out. Get him to the ground.
Show me that grip again when you do it. So everybody's seeing it.
Same thing, go here. Turn. Now you punch inside.
Like he's saying turn around so everybody. Yeah. Everybody.
Okay, now let's get doing it.
And he's just punching through this right hand, that's all that is. Locks everything into place. That's it. And make sure you have your backs, C grip, stable to that. So you can
If you fall to your knees, do that, that's fine, and it will make sense once you go into the next, okay? So you obviously don't need to be squatted like this, you know, so if you fall to your knees, it's okay, it will make sense on kind of where we're going next, okay? Any questions? Slowly, please. Slowly.
One, two, go!
Yeah. So, grab it, drop, and then transition. So then when you're
Yeah, like me too.
there you go, yeah. And now going down, all at the same time, and then pull that leg just pull back. So it's not getting caught. That's why it's part of
And we all three of us do it a little bit different. Okay? Push for So like I was saying, everything we're doing today, hopefully is applicable somewhere in your life, right? The other idea is that it all kind of works together, right? From me just grabbing Shake's arm, right, to me needing to stop him and get his attention. Everything can work from here, right? I can start fighting across. When I clinch up, natural reaction to the other person, if I grab his head, is to try to grab my head, right? So then I can start looking for my rush. Does that make sense? So it all kind of hopefully is feeding together to the point to get somebody to the ground, right? And then control them once they're there. Make sense? Okay, so we're going to get to this Russian. Okay, if you haven't noticed, all three of us showed it a different way, right? With different options. Again, whatever works is right. I'm not one of those guys that go my way or else, okay? Nothing ever works like it's supposed to. Like sometimes I just like holds hand. Ready? So I'm going to use that leg, I'm going to pop him, and I'm going to drive into the ground with that shoulder. Okay? I put a little bit of pressure on him, then I can climb around behind, and depending what we need to do, we can work on continuing to break him down. Okay? So once we get to that position, I get to the Russian, I get the leg out, and I start putting him down. Okay? And if he starts building up here, I'm going to look to throw a leg in and flatten him down. Okay? So I get to here, that outside leg is going to come inside his leg, and I'm going to drape his body. Right? Other hand connects to his hips. Now I'm draped over his hips. Cool? I can then just sprawl into the ground, drive my hip down, and if they fight great, we'll deal with that in a second here. Right? But I want to just get to that position, getting that hip in, or that foot in, getting my hips over his hips, and then catch him. So that wherever he goes, I can follow. Questions? If you want to start from the clinch, or from controlling an arm, and working with me into it, fine. Right? Otherwise, you can just start from the Russian and go. Yeah. So we clinch up, right? Shake right from the neck, and get up over the arm, weights on it. Yep, I start forcing down. He might go down on his own. If I need to kick that leg out, I can. Right? With a bail on the top arm, don't give him this hand back. Bail on the top arm, outside leg, goes inside his leg.
and bring it down. Cool? Now I don't want to roll over, right? Jiu-jitsu wise, I'm gonna roll over and start attacking the neck. Right? Most of you guys, you're gonna want to stay on top. So as soon as I fall down, I just want to swing it back like normal. Yes? Under control. 1, 2, 3.
You can also start from that.
That, and I'm giving this arm up. Give this arm up. Get my legs over yours. Right there. I just take that arm leg from you. I'm trying to get up.
What's up, man?
That's a lot of weight too. When you have bullshit, because if you sit on it, you're like, there you go. Make a fist.
I don't want to fall down, right? If I fall down, they end up on top of me. Even if you know what you're doing, if they've got friends, it comes up on your head. Okay? My goal is to try to stay on top. When I throw that hook in, if I drop to my hip, fine, and get back up. Right? I need to try to keep my hips higher than their hips. Right? High hips win. High head wins. Cool? Questions? Alright, I'm seeing a lot of people fall down and then either try to go over to the other side or start looking for the other hooks. MMA, great. Jiu-jitsu, great. Right? Take out a friend, bad.
So a lot of it's hard and it's body awareness, right? A lot of us don't have body awareness. Like for me, I used to just have my weights all day long and like I came in and I think that little guy choked me out my head and I don't know anything. I'm gonna kill this guy. So a lot of it's body awareness, it's hard, it's tough. Just keep trying, okay, and then move on here pretty quick to something a little more basic, a little easier. Just keep trying this body awareness, body control. Any questions on that? Slow and steady, right? 1, 2, 3.
that's kind of get you down, that's why you get this nice strong grip in that back. And then I've got to put you
So like Casey said, we're gonna get a little bit easier, a little more basic. The hook is great, right? Especially they're hard to break down, but to a certain extent, people are not gonna go to their best, right? Most people aren't trained in jiu-jitsu, so they're not gonna get in the habit of going to the back and like involved trying to go to the front. Okay, most people are gonna be on the ground trying to either stand up, right? Or trying to roll you around. Okay, they're gonna grab and just try to roll. Right? My goal is to stay on top. Yeah? Cool? Alright, so close it. Right? I'm gonna get my rush here, right? I'm gonna kick that leg out, I'm gonna put that hand down. Alright? My hand this time, instead of going to the hip, is gonna grab the back ankle. Okay? My opposite hand is gonna grab his knee. And I'm just gonna crack it. Cool? Those that play football, much easier. Oh, from here? Yep, so once I'm here, again, I always want to be where his weapons are not. Okay, if his weapons are pointed that way, I just want to circle around behind. Okay, my hips are glued to their hips. Okay, my chest is on the back so he can't elbow me, can't hit me, can't tickle my chin, whatever he wants to do is weird like that. Okay? But I want to try to stay behind. Yes? One more time. And the same thing here. So the first two things we did, I can do the exact same thing, right? If my arm I can get behind him. Okay, I can step in front and lift him, knock him down. Right? He's building up, I can't get him, it's upper body, up, five, lower body, run him over, or behind. Cool? 1, 2, 3. If you have questions, ask. Any of the options you want. Hustle, arm drag, double up, whatever you want to do. Your way,
You can switch your hips. You wrap on the stomach. You can take that like. There you go. Where the ankle stuff is going to get out of play is around like this. Great stuff.
Alright, so we're gonna talk about breaking people down a little bit, right? Also, as people talk about that, the very common thing is when somebody not making them cooperate, they tend to go belly down very hand, right? So we're gonna talk a little bit about some options to start working on that, right? And we'll call it a day. Cool? Questions?
One more thing, after we have water for you guys, when you guys are close, ready, a little bit, see, we're done in like 15 minutes. All I ask is you guys take your picture and grab it.
And we're gonna be sticking around, so if you've got what ifs or questions or review or, you know, running the shit out of each other, whatever, you know, we'll be around. Cool? So, I'm gonna get Shane to the ground ball, I did everything perfect, you should have seen it, right? And we get to this position, once I'm breaking over him, okay? Either he's gonna fight back to his feet or he's gonna bear it, right? Belly down, hand bear. Okay? The longer I wait to try to control the hands, the harder it's gonna be. Right? Just like we talked about when we're escaping in jiu-jitsu. The longer we wait for somebody to get into side control or mount around my back, the harder it is. Make sense? So we're gonna start on the knees, and then we'll talk about the ground, right? So we get to the ground, Shane's on his hands, right? He's trying to pull himself up. Me grabbing his hand and trying to yank on it is me using my weak muscles versus his strong muscles. Right? I want to try to use some leverage. Okay, so instead of trying to grab his hand and pull it out, I'm going to come underneath, and I'm going to grab the meat of that hand. Right? If you think of this like a post, right? I don't want to attack the ends of the post, I want to attack the middle. I want to hold that post. So I'm going to grab that meat of the hand, flare my elbow out, and then tuck the hand outside the thigh. He falls down, the hand's already behind him. Okay? Notice what I did with his other hand. He naturally posted it up. So once I get to here, I can attack here. Cool? Simple enough? Alright, so one more time, I don't care how you get him there, get him to the ground, right? Inside, find the pinky. Use your body to start turning that elbow to bring the hand to you. Don't try to fish through where you're weak too. Right? I mean, control the hips, don't let go of the hips, just forget about that, then don't go out that way. Right? Connect to the hips, use my arm to flare it. I should do this on the other side because that's the bad elbow. Right? Flare the elbow. Don't let them bury on top of it. Drive forward, peel it out. I can peel up. If you prefer to like fine. Right? If you're still doing this, okay, but I'm starting to break nowadays. Right? Covering the hips gives you just as much control without people going, oh my God. They don't know shit. Questions?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Wrestling is basically the same thing.
Exact same thing. Here, I'm finding the meat of the hand. Right? You grab the pin, there's no rules. Right? You just we can't grab a single digit. You can't grab a single digit. You guys? Can't grab a digit what you want. Palm, turn the hand in, elbow out. Behind, find the pinky, turn the elbow out. 1, 2, 3. Don't be a dick because this is not right now. Do that if you're gonna. If you want to start on the ground, that's fine. You don't have to start on feet if you don't want. This other hand is active. For anybody that wrestles, just think
it felt like a spiral ride, right? I'm inside his leg, in an awkward way, with the back of my hand. But, right? So as I'm spinning here, I'm moving my ball away, I'm pushing out on his leg as I pull his hand under his body all at once and drive in. And knock their hips over. Knock their hips over. Don't let them stand on their knees when they can fight. Cool? Break that base. One more up. 1, 2, 3. One at a time.
He's a firefighter.
There you go.
So, right? So, when I'm looking to break Casey down, I let my feet and get him to the ground. Deal with this arm. Unless that one is just right there, okay? Or if he's being a dick and he's sticking his arm out, not like he has it, don't waste time with that one before you have this one here. Right? So if I'm gonna break him down, I get his hip to the ground, take care of that one, back leg, right? With the one up by his shoulder, lock it in place. Okay, at least now it's stuck behind me. This also brings my hips forward so if his hand is sticking out there, right? Stick your hand out again, right? Now I got 2 hands to start fighting. I'm gonna, just like we did with the clinch, I'm trying to break his posture. His head is in line with his body, he's a lot stronger, right? I can get out there and try to grab this hand, it's gonna be harder. Take that hand, bring his head out of the way, right? My foot is tucked here to his body as I do this, right? So his arm, even if it gets off the floor back, I can still get it, but I'm just gonna cover that hand, bring his head out of the way. Now I'll start looking for that hand. Tuck it in, find the elbow, I can bring it together. Cool? Questions? Get the first hand, lock it in with your leg, sit on it. Cover the hips. Don't be up in like the middle of their back where they can buck their butt up here. Pin their hips to the ground. Sweat on the floor if you want to. Apparently. Right? Then go find the other hand. Yes? Couple more. 1, 2, 3.
Naturally, you're having your arm. So I get that leg, your left leg, you know, push it back in. I know you don't want to go on shoulder. Like that. Nice.
You really want to? The only problem is that right as opposed to being lower, now you can get younger. Then you can start lower. Remember, work on the other side, right? Yeah. I mean, we force you to you don't want to bring it in so far that you can get it back from the chest.
So you don't have to participate in this last portion. We've taught you guys how to flatten someone out. Everybody taught you guys how to get up. And that's a shortcoming on us and something we'll fix next time. But we have about 2 minutes left. There's one over there. I just asked you to take a group picture real quick before you guys out the door. There's food, there's pizza, there's bullshit over there, whatever you guys want to eat, okay? But this last part,
Can I say something? Yeah. About that last sequence, great stuff. Okay, one thing, a mistake that we can't make, so we teach you, you're cuffing 2 types of people, either compliant people or under the power of taser. So they don't want to practically go into cuffs. We're not fighting with cuffs. Usually that's going to be a fine motor skill. Have at least one other person there when someone's going into cuffs if they don't want to go into cuffs. You get to a position of control, like we just trapped that arm and sat, weight the other arm, right? Most weapons are stored in the belt line. Keep that arm away from the belt line. Let's let them know what's at stake, right? You go for your waistline, you move your hands, I'm gonna have to shoot you, I'm gonna have to do something. Right? When you get to that situation, it's about there that you're gonna hit that adrenaline. You'll be surprised how fast you're completely exhausted. That's a terrible feeling to feel like you're losing the battle or that you're struggling with the legal battle while you're there. Control will get back up on the way. If you have to disengage, go to a tool. Okay? Think about going to the tool, make sure that you're justified to use it. If you put something in your hands, make sure that you're justified to use it, otherwise you may be better off having open hands to defend. Right? And then we talked a little bit about we get someone down on the ground. We just did this scenario. So you get someone down on the ground, you're both exhausted, maybe you're just going to sit and hold them with body weight tag. Just keeping their arms out away from reach. Right? Just something to think about. Sometimes we forget about the exhaustion. And every situation that I've got into has been 3 in the morning on the most dead night. You never expect to see, sushi from Quick Trip or and you're not ready for the situation. You haven't stretched out, you're not prepared, and you're immediately exhausted. So, it doesn't have to be that way. That's why we train, that's why we're doing these types of things. You're the type of people that have to take this back and push you forward to do this type of stuff. Thanks. So, thank you.
that's Brandon, fence cover, one of our dad charge at the sheriff's office. He comes in here a lot, tears it up, so.
Blue belt.
That's where you need, I think it's better than blue belt. It's a sandbagger. It's like this. But,
And
so,
more
but, you guys get your leadership in here, that's a prime example. Leadership comes in here, mixes it up with me and a couple other guys. Alright, so let's be the change we want to see, right? That's with us. So this last portion is gonna be, we're gonna do a little live go. Pretty much John's gonna beat me up. So we've taught you how to take someone down. I'm gonna try to use one of the, or 2 of the techniques to take John down. And John's gonna resist. And we're gonna go for a minute, okay? And that minute's gonna feel, John, we're not going. And then, oh, alright. And so you'll see how exhausting that minute can be, right? The average round for wrestling is 2 minutes. I'm asking you guys to do half of it, high school. So we jump on that. We'll start from this position. We're not twisting wrists, we're digging out shoulders, but John and I will just kind of look like this. Ready?
Person on the bottom, if you've done jiu-jitsu before, try to resist one guard.
Why?
Jiu-jitsu doesn't work in the streets, John, you know that.
And if you've never done this with your, playing on the kit, on your chest, your belt, something that you experience, get with your department, over to the sheriff's department, we've got a canvas with a map, so you can bring those on here.
So, we're demonstrating. Yeah. So if you don't feel comfortable doing that, please step aside. If you've done jiu-jitsu before, partner up with someone else that has done it. And remember, all Robin's here. Any questions?
And don't get hurt, stop, red, tap, out, whatever you got.
Stop, tap, don't touch the air. Alright? So let's grab a friend. Go ahead.
Grab a friend. 1, 2, 3.
Time to the man.
One person on your knees, one person on top. If you don't want to, again, you don't have to. Grab water. Watch point lap.
Thanks for not doing me dirty. Maybe you should have done that. Yeah, you know reverse hard. You don't know equation with some.
Just about ready. Go. Back down. Watch box. Yeah, there you
Take your right hand side
There you go. I'll show
Thank you all for showing up. I'll get you guys out of here, I promise. Thank you all for showing up and taking time out of your day. I know some of you guys work last and have to work tonight. I've been there. I appreciate everything you guys do. This is my weekend off, so I'm glad. So, any questions on what we covered today? No? Okay.
Hey, what's up? We're doing like the handcuffy type thing or like tree screws. One thing that was so I get like, yeah, I get like the one hand here and then kind of get him on his side and he starts kicking out. Like in that sense. Let's get another hand. Like I do have to like throw a leg over. Like throw like a hook or something.
I have to see it. Well, any questions you guys have, scenarios, what if all that fun stuff you want to talk about afterwards?
Well, we'll be sticking around.
Yeah, okay. So I want to get you guys out of here. Get a t-shirt, come see me and I'll hook you up. Once again, all I ask is you guys grab water, we take a picture real quick, because you guys lose. I know membership thing.
Yeah, so we offer discounts to any LEOs, COs, frontline workers, everything. So if you do want to come train, we want to help you train. If it's a financial thing, we'll figure it out. right? We're a member of the Nonprofit Association or charity, so they'll pay your membership if you get accepted to it. It fills up quick, but they open up every once in a while. But, so there are avenues if it's a financial thing, you just can't spend it. Come and let us know. We want to get as many people trained as we can, and even if it's once a week.
So we'll end this how we end the jiu-jitsu class, everybody make a line.
Line up, shoulder, single file. Yep, wrap around the edge if you need to. Wrap around. You're in the way. Alright, yep, wrap around.
Board there.
Yep, go back in. Get on top. He didn't deserve it. Right? You can go around the neck. Alright, so, beginning and end every jiu-jitsu class, we line up, right? We bow to the flag. Bow to the instructor. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you guys.
Where's the hand? I think they made 2 laps. Hey, let's go in the other room real quick and let's snap a picture. Hey, in the other room! In front of the flag!